Welcome to the Verdin Verdict, where we bring you sports talk on the go. I'm your host, Jacob Verdin. Today we got a little SEC rivalry game. LSU, Florida. Everyone loves this matchup. But first things first, happy Veterans Day. Thank you to everyone who served. Love the military. Love the United States of America. God bless. Here we go. Let's dive right into this game, though. Florida notes. Here's a quick overview about the Gators and what you should know with them walking into Tiger Stadium here tonight. They're in a two-game skid. Two-game losing streak to Arkansas in overtime last week, and then to Georgia, of course. Yeah, we expected them to lose to Georgia. Arkansas game, not so much. I think Billy Napier's in a situation here where he's kind of on the hot seat. We talked about it a couple weeks ago with G Sports. I think that our offense is very, very powerful, and yeah, our defense has caught in beatings a couple times this year. Just put it honestly, they've caught beatings. However, they can step up to the plate here and give one of the beatings themselves. They can step up to the plate, return the favor to an SEC opponent, an SEC rival, like we said, and they can have a get-back game, so to speak. You got Matt House on the hot seat as well. You see fans constantly talking about whether or not LSU needs to make a switch at defensive coordinator. Leave your take on that in the comments. I'm sure I can pretty much predict where this is going to go, but with Matt House being on a hot seat and with him knowing that it's put up or shut up time, I just don't see a world or a possibility where LSU's defense plays limited. We see last week against Alabama kind of the confusion on why Harold Perkins wasn't put in a QB spy, or anybody for that matter. Why was there no QB spy implemented for Jalen Milroe? That was the question all week. And I can see, maybe if you don't want to affect the coverage, if you don't want to lose a talented player in the scheme that way, but after first half of football, hell, after 2 touchdowns, maybe even from Jalen Milroe, you would think that maybe a QB spy would be put into play. You would think maybe there would be some different type of adjustments to be able to stop that, but no, Jalen went and got another 2 touchdowns. And then, of course, Jaden Daniels gets knocked out of the game. Injury report on him is that, he's been in non-contact play, and he's been taking reps. He's on the field. He's making progress, and that's what we hope for. That's we're glad to hear that. Jaden Daniels took a nasty hit. It looked rough. And in a Heisman year, you don't want to see anybody go down, especially when it's your quarterback. But let's look a little bit closer at this LSU-Florida game, and everybody loves talking about odds. Everybody loves talking about picks. Everybody wants to know what to bet, when to bet, how to bet it. 57% of the public's leaning toward Florida plus 15. Why? I mean, look, I might have to eat these words, so I'm going to make them short and sweet. But yeah, Jaden Daniels is questionable. He's coming off that injury, so it might have some people feeling a little froggy. But I think the number one reason why this is happening is because of the defense. And like I said earlier, what does Florida possess that makes people think that this is going to be a hell in a handbasket type game for the defense? I think that Florida's run game, they're beefed up. They got 3 running backs averaging over 5 yards per carry. Their mainstay running backs are going to be Montrell Johnson and Trevor Etienne, running back of Travis Etienne. Shout out, NFL running back. Pretty interesting. You got that James Cook and Dalvin Cook type duo potentially being made here. But with the run game being kind of beefed up, there's only one thing that I'm going to be looking for this defense to stop that. There's going to be one thing I'm looking for to tip this game. It's going to be the first key, our 3 keys to victory. Number 1, D-line, stay physical. Put that pressure in the trenches. Relieve some pressure off that secondary. Bring the animosity. You got something to prove. You got a lot of people counting you out. You got a lot of people wondering where the physicality is, where the toughness is, where the defensive effort really is. There's been a lot of questionable moments. And yeah, you can look at the scheme for some things, and, you can look at the injuries for some of the other things. However, there's going to be a point in time where LSU's defense is just going to have to grow. Second key, protect Jaden Daniels. Don't put him in a situation where he's not going to be able to finish out the year. I think that this game is still not necessarily pivotal for LSU. Everyone's like, yeah, they're out the SEC title game, blah, 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 this don't matter. But if you get a 10-win season 2 years in a row under Brian Kelly, it builds consistency. It helps the program trend in the right direction. You can definitely pick up the pieces here and utilize this game. So I wouldn't just I'm not going to say let Jaden Daniels stay in the pocket, don't run at all. That's not the method here that we're going to be preaching. What I think would be better is if Jaden Daniels just, take a couple slides. Yeah, the Dallas Turner hit is going to be in the pocket, coming off of a block from Will Campbell, and gets right in there and lays the questionable hit. But all in all, the more times Jaden's out of the pocket, the more times he's a runner, the more time he's trying to create something with his legs, the more risk there is for him to get hurt. So I think we need to minimize that risk. And finally, third key, use this as a building block. Like we said, SEC rivalry. This can help bridge the journey to 10 wins. Don't overlook this game. This could be an easy win for LSU. My score prediction, LSU 42, Florida 24. I think LSU's covering that 15-point spread. Why? Because this offense has not fizzled yet. This offense has consistently put out. Sure, Jaden had the interception last week. He wasn't able to finish the game. He wasn't able to continue that momentum, and they still hung 28 points. So, some people are wondering, oh, well, why couldn't they answer this or that? Why they have these slow struggles? They had a lot of times where the offense could have done better in some people's eyes. You even had Brian Kelly saying that Jaden played good, not great. But all in all, if your offense is scoring 28 points, I think in their worst game, then you're in a good situation. When your offense is on the road playing a top 10 team and they can squeeze out 28 points even with the defensive imbalance that was held, I think that is not necessarily a win in Coach Kelly's book because we wanted to win, especially with a 4-5 spread against Alabama, but it's something to build off of. Going into the year, Coach Kelly was saying that year 2, they got some things to figure out. They got some question marks. They got some positions where they're going to need some attention. He did mention that year 3 is going to be the year where LSU makes that push, where they're able to, fix the pieces. Year 2, LSU fans have been spoiled. You got Kim Mulkey, you got Jay Johnson getting the national championships. They were hoping Brian Kelly could get his. But I think year 3 is going to be where, we're going to have to push those hopes, dreams, and desires to. Not out the realm of possibility, not impossible. It's going to be a little tough journey, though. We'll talk more about that here throughout the week. Should be a good game. I'm really excited to see how things work out. Make sure to stay tuned for all the highlights we have, all the coverage we have. We'll have an on-the-field post-game show. A lot to look forward to. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload. This has been the Verdin Verdict Sports Show. Thank you so much for tuning in.